And to think that, losing weight was going to solve a lot of problems. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexis. Hope if you're new, if you're true, what's good, please take a moment to subscribe. I am on my not only weight loss journey still, but I'm just on an overall health journey. So if that's content that you're in, if there's something that you're working on as well, please take a moment to subscribe. Share this video with somebody who may benefit from it, and take a look at my other previous videos. So as promised, I wanted to give you all an update. And I have my computer over here because I've been mixing up the idea of ovarian cyst and uterine fibroids, just so I have my stuff clear, my ducks in a row. Like I have some notes, and there's also a condition that I have that I'm probably going to butcher the name of, but it's a big word for Elmo. Okay. So I have my stuff here. You see me looking over. Now, yesterday I went to the gynecologist, the OBGYN. Oh, just a disclaimer, man, this video is totally not for you unless you're curious. I don't know, but this is going to be one of those videos where, it's PCOS, fibroids, cyst, all that stuff that women deal with. So I went to the gynecologist yesterday. I was very much prepared to get up on that table and, bust it open. But I should have realized something was way serious when they actually had me go in the room and just not take off anything. That should have been my red flag. So the nurse that was taking my vitals, my information, making sure everything was up to date, just the way she said, your fibroids have significantly grown. The way she said that was like, oh hell, here we go. Something's very wrong. So she takes my vitals. She just tells me to sit there. She kind of asked me, what are you thinking as far as what do you want to do with this? I'm like, okay, I definitely don't want a full-blown hysterectomy, and I want to go to a specialist. So the doctor comes in, and it's not my regular OBGYN that I see. It's somebody else. My regular one, it wasn't able to get me in. So this person is different. I don't know her from a can of paint, but she looked over everything beforehand. So she knew. And she was like, yeah, we're going to send you to Chapel Hill. I was thinking maybe at the most Greenville, which is 2 hours away. They're sending me 7 hours away. And here's why. So I have ovarian cyst, but this isn't what's growing. I have a condition called uterine didelphys. Baby, I'll put it on the screen. I'm not even going to try to screw that up on camera. But I have that. This means I have 2 uterus. I also have 2 cervix as well. It's cervix. Yeah, I have two uterus and 2 cervix. So she explained that my uterine fibroids are completely different from my ovarian cysts, because I was worried about these rupturing because I can feel them. I feel them in my stomach down towards my pelvic area. I feel it. But she was saying that fibroids don't rupture. They kind of deflate. They get old, but they don't like rupture like cysts. Cysts rupture. The cysts that I have on my ovaries are still the cysts on my ovaries. These are a whole different ballgame. These are fibroids that continue to grow, but they don't rupture. So we got talking about treatment, and she very much stated that she kind of has an idea of what all they can do, but she's not the person who would be doing anything, so she doesn't want to speak for the actual specialists who are going to be looking at, and I get it's a maze, especially when you have 2 of things. So it makes me wonder, do both ovaries and uterus have an issue, or is there like fibroids just on one uterus, or fibroids on both uterus? So that's where they come in at, because she is not equipped for any of that type of advice that she would have to give me. So I told her that I just don't want a hysterectomy. And she said that their treatment would depend on whether or not I want to have kids in the future. At that time, I was like, probably not. But looking back, I'm thinking that I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather say, hey, I may want to have kids in the future, and be treated as though I will have kids in the future than to get in the future and want kids and I can't. So just to be on the safe side, I'm thinking that's what I'm leaning towards. I'm not sure what all type of treatment, they can do, but she and I discussed that. But I will be talking to them as though I do want to have kids in the future. So the fact that this is something that I can feel in my stomach, and I do have pain. I have pain, like I've noticed that I used to be able to hold my pee without any problem. Now it's quick that I need to go to the bathroom, or if I do try to hold it for a little while, I'm in pain. So I'm guessing that some of these fibroids are also pushing on my bladder, things like that. So I feel I have pelvic pain. I do feel them, and I feel them in a certain area. I don't know how many there are. Now that I know that these are not the ovarian cysts that I previously had issues with, these are something completely different that they saw back in 2023, but they were small, and I guess fibroids come and go, so they weren't really paying attention to it. But because I needed to go to the ER for something completely different, they have seen that these are huge now. So ladies, if you have had fibroids, where do we go from here? I don't want them to take out everything, because I may want to have kids in the future. And then if there's one or uterus that has them, can they take out that one and then leave the other one? I don't know. But I mean, I don't know if there's like a lot of ways to navigate this, but all I know is that every person that I have come in contact with, who I've, like, from my primary care provider all the way up to, the gynecologist that I saw yesterday and the nurse, they have seemed to be a little freaked out and worried, which makes me worry. And the fact that they got me in so quickly makes me worry as well. Like, this is a gynecologist that is booked, and just heavily booked. So the fact that they were able to squeeze me in, and I didn't even ask for that. My primary care provider put in that referral, and I'm a little worried about, just how big it is and how fast they are growing, because everybody else who's a professional seems to be worried. So I guess I don't stand a chance. But I'm going to see how it goes from here. I'm still going to try and work on eating healthy, things like that. And to think that, losing weight was going to solve a lot of problems. And honestly, I'm wondering whether or not these providers were like, yeah, she's fat. That's the issue. That's what it is. That's all it is. She's just fat. She just needs to lose weight. And they were putting my weight as an excuse for a lot of issues that I was having, when it was really something underlining, and just something that was just a lot more internal than me being overweight. So that makes me wonder what else has been missed. What else, you know, was ignored. Because the nurse, when I did go in there, I told her about my endometriosis, and she was like, well, have you ever been diagnosed? You guys have told me. I don't know why that's not written down. I don't know why the PCOS hasn't been written down. None of this stuff is written down. And so it makes me wonder if they used the fact that I was overweight to ignore a lot of other things. Now there's no excuse. They told me to lose the weight. I lost the weight. Boom. We still got issues. So I'm hoping that me going to the specialist is going to work out a lot of these kinks. I hate to have specialists in every single field, but it seems that's what's happening. But I'm, of course, going to keep you guys posted on all of this. So losing weight, doesn't solve all the problems. But I just want to give you guys this quick update. I appreciate all the comments, of course. Please take a moment to subscribe if you have not. And with that, I will catch you guys in the next video.